Please have correct change.
Oh,
These are the people I befriend. When I see something like that, I'm like, I friend these people.
I think my favorite one I had found a shirt back home and it said on the front, it had this big thing. It said, I found Jesus, right? And then on the back it says, he was behind the couch the entire time. That one was awesome.
He was behind the couch.
Stuffed under the cushion with remote control.
You can talk.
Very-
And anything you say will sound very strange.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Charlie Brown's teacher.
Why, how does it sound? Do you still have it like that?
That's right. That's right. What did you learn today, Charlie Brown?
You go to the end of the class.
Okay. Oh, I have to. Oh. Okay.
So I wanted to ask, I don't know if any of you heard it on the news, but that whole thing with that girl in Vermont that was 12, did you hear the outcome of it? Basically, you know, she was online, MySpace and whatnot, and there were two different names. One was like Chevy something, and they had the other name. I can't remember what it was. Turns out, both the same guy. She was kidnapped by her own uncle.
What? This is somebody who's been missing?
The little girl in Vermont, she was like 12. She was MySpacing.
How long ago?
Well, I remember hearing about it like last week.
Okay.
At least.
Hey,
I mean,
John,
I don't know how long it's
come
been.
in and join us.
I don't know how long it's been on the
Please.
news, but however, they did find her. They actually recovered her body. She did end up getting killed.
Oh, my.
12-year-old. Yeah,
My.
and it was her uncle that lured her on MySpace to his house and killed her.
But he didn't live too far away from her, right?
I don't know.
I thought it was
that's
like
awful.
just a street away or something.
I don't know. But that's ridiculous. But he went under another name. It was like Domingo.
Yeah, but why would your
something
uncle
in
be
Chevy?
Going after
It's an
that
underground
here.
sex ring.
Here, I'll let you know that I've reburned these.
Okay.
This is the first test here, but I predict it's going to work because of this is the first test. But I reburned another thing, one that I got from
How's it going?
Ralph,
Okay.
and his
Pretty good.
his ran.
Okay.
So I'm predicting this one will too.
So we just have to adapt to this player, and that's all there is to it.
Oh yeah.
So whenever we bring you something, we'll bring it to you, and then you'll have to redo it before you get to play it.
Or
you get to test it live, and,
I can test it. Yeah,
and
I'll test
we feel
it. It
awful
doesn't
when you
work.
don't play anything.
I'm sure I've not weeded all of them out yet. I'm trying to find the song by Isaac. Here it is. I think this has the song on it, and so I'll put that on a little bit later. Oh yeah, here it is. See, and watch the blue wall. There we go.
Are you putting on the fireworks?
No, this is Arcade Illuminations.
So
Oh, no, this is
what?
08 of the first one.
First one.
Okay.
This is the first one. So we're back on the air. Oh boy, you know. And as you know, that's some of my favorite stuff, to which I hated losing. You know. But I have it back now, and I'm happy.
How did it work out with
Yep.
the DVD player? Did you find one that was good? Because I know you had trouble with that little portable DVD
No,
player.
we're
That's
just
the
redoing
one.
It's
everything.
still working?
I'm using that one. I had to redo some of my DVDs so they'll play on it. But
Well, they're playing on me.
Did you find out what it was? Is it just the format that won't play, or how's it?
it's strange, okay?
Because some work.
And from one DVD burner and one DVD player to the next, you know, some of them work, some of them don't. It's not just if they're home burned; it's what they were burned on. I don't know if I did some damage to them with the other burner, because you know that has a powerful laser in there, so it could have done some harm. But it plays fine on the other burner at home, so I'm able to copy it and bring in a copy that will work right. And it's
You
been
gotta do what you gotta do.
basically at home. I have a system that will read anything, and I can write anything, and anything I write, anything can read it.
Right.
So I just have to sometimes figure out how.
Understandable. Yeah, I have trouble with even CDRs. Like, I've got the CD player in the car. It says it reads CDRs and whatnot, but it only reads certain ones. Like I don't. And you know what's funny is it seems to be certain ones that have whatever they're covering is. Like if it's a colored one or it's got too much decorative junk on top, like
It won't play?
Yeah, I've got some that look
That's
like
weird.
little records.
That should have
Yeah, see,
nothing.
it says it's reading from the other
The,
side.
I had trouble with the little records.
But they look so cool, you know.
I love them, I know, and I had trouble with the little records.
But mine, like I just broke out a few today, and I'm playing them in the car, and halfway through it goes error.
The little records used to always work for me.
And now they.
The last
Well,
batch of little records
Do
I
you want an
bought.
adapter?
didn't.
I have an adapter. Do you have enough of them to warrant having an adapter?
No. They're not little. They're not little.
Not the CD5,
They're not.
not
Yeah,
the
they're not
CD3s.
little
No,
CDs. They're
they're
little.
regular
They look
CDRs.
like 45 RPM records,
So
but
you talk about a
they're
single.
they're
You want- I
CDs.
got one in my. I'll go bring one. I got one in my
They're
car.
CDs. They're 80-minute CDs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
But
I
they're
didn't mean to get up.
painted to look like.
Oh yeah, like a vinyl
bring
or a
it.
reel or
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Did you close this?
I may have.
It gets really warm in here.
Do you ever see Megan often?
I see her occasionally, yeah.
Do you see
Oh,
her
it's so
occasionally
good.
enough to be like maybe before next week?
I'll probably see her tonight.
Can you give this to? Here, I was just gonna give it to Matt. I thought maybe Matt might be by today.
Okay.
Do you work tonight?
No, we are not working again till the 9th, number 9.
Really?
This is no guarantee of gain. Is this?
That's okay.
Is
It's
this
not.
for Matt or for Megan?
It's for
Megan.
Megan.
Okay.
I saw Matt at a birthday party last week, and he mentioned to me that it's been known that they really like the footage, and I said, well,
Okay.
I really wanted Megan to. I don't know if she got to see it. I know
She did.
she wanted to play. She wanted to play with it. Prior to her seeing it, I talked to her about it during the media
Okay.
fest, and I said, I really want you to see this one in
We
particular.
watched your show right after hours last Thursday. That's what she saw.
Oh, good. Okay. So that's what that is.
Cool.
So if she wants to cut and play, you know, doesn't have to necessarily be for your shows, but she does enough stuff out there on the road that nobody will ever notice what it is.
So there's a rumor that the wallpaper project may be coming to an end shortly. Is this true?
It's a closer possibility than not. Michael's been talking about stopping it for about 6 months and then coming back with a blast.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, verbatim. We know them.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I used to think they made a good disc.
Well, they made great
But look how dark it is.
8-inch discs. Floppies. They made great floppies.
Uh-huh.
We'll go that far. They used to make great tape.
Look how dark the backing
I know,
is,
but
though.
you know what?
I think that's why. Because, you know, like when PlayStation came out with a lot of things, they had that black backing.
Right.
But they
Oh.
also came out with some that were CDs and it was just audio, but it still had that black backing.
Right.
The laser just won't read it at all.
I had very good luck with the colored CDs and even the black ones, the solid black ones, black front and back, worked really well for me.
Little records.
But it's easy. I mean,
I've seen them a lot.
considering what they use as a pigment
Right.
in there, it's easy for an infrared laser to cut through.
I think it depends on
see-
the goodness of your laser, because there should be a general one has 3 lasers that point at one point,
Mhm.
so it reads everything. And if they're strong enough, you know, compared.
Now they'll write with a single laser,
Yeah.
right? And they read with 3 beams.
Yeah. It's gonna be a little different for Blu-ray because there's gonna be all kinds of configurations.
Oh, as you learn more about Blu-ray, that could be great mad scientist things for you to show and tell us and let us know as Blu-ray comes along what the formats are and what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah,
Because
'cause it's got a future of, if they do it right, they can do up to 8 layers on it, and it just holds way too much information for me to trust on one little disc.
it's hard, isn't it?
It is. No, it's hard enough with what we do.
And what happened? And how sensitive is it to a fingerprint?
Well, they're claiming it's not, but I'm sure it is because
Because
most of
it's
them come in really
interlaced.
protective jackets.
It's interlaced.
Yeah.
So my mother may be around next week.
Let's see.
She
Have
is.
you been a bad boy?
No, she misses us.
Check it up on
Check
everybody.
on you.
I know they have a lot of family here in town that So, but mom and dad don't live here in town. They have to come visit, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you update on them on how creative and artistic you guys are?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So they have lots of bragging rights.
No.
No,
They're not
I
taking
would.
an active interest.
Well, my father and my stepmother would be very happy if we became accountants.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so are
And
you
none
going
of
to
the
show them
bo-
a lot of pleasure saucers?
Right, and none of the boys have shown.
I'm not that actively mean spirited.
None of the boys have shown a zeal for accounting.
Or the law.
Huh?
Or the law. My father's a lawyer, so he would probably appreciate that.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try to bring my mother on the show if I can. If we work on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be a hoot. That'll be great. When will she be here?
Maybe
Thursday?
Thursday and Friday.
Now, what's the story? We're closed tomorrow. Is that
Yes.
true?
We're closed
Tomorrow
tomorrow.
and
So what are we going
So-
to do special for this particular tea party to make it last another extra day?
I don't know.
How about if we play the whole thing in reverse tomorrow?
No.
No.
Well, it's just an idea.
Veto.
I should put on the fireworks. Let's get the fireworks.
Fireworks then.
Because
You get the hour
will play
special.
it
Yeah.
will play tomorrow night. Wait a minute. Let's get the fireworks. For the fireworks. I don't even know if they work anymore. Let's see. What was the name of the fireworks?
Sparky.
Sparky.
No,
I just got the word for it. I
No, it
should
wasn't.
remember.
Come on.
Which reminds me, there
so,
should be a lot
uh,
of fireworks on clearance
Oh
now.
God. Ozone Receiver.
Quite
Do
possibly.
the Ozone Receiver revisited the Tea Party
Right.
version. That's our version.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's see if and we'll see if it plays. Wallpaper.
It's gonna blow off their hand.
I can't read it.
Never
That's
really had
what-
a sin
Okay,
for
but
explosives
what is that?
myself.
That's you can tell.
False
no, but
positives.
you know what I
False
have that's
positives,
really interesting
okay.
is I have a couple
Okay.
little ones
Ozone
that I
receivers.
lit off. It
Receiver.
was years ago, but I
Okay,
lit
and
it
that's
off on
the 1
camera.
hour
My
version.
camera was
Yeah,
probably
that's
right
the one.
here, and the little
Yeah.
lights
I actually
right
got an
there.
award
and
from
I
that.
watched like the
Let's
fuse
hope
go
that
down and I
works.
just walked away and lit the
I
camera.
don't know.
Oh, okay.
And it
This
was
will
my
be
own
the first
camera,
time you
so I'm
tried.
not
I
gonna-
don't know.
Well,
I
it's
may
I
have-
messed
may
up
have-
my own camera.
It's
That's
an
why.
error. So that's not the reason.
looks
I know. It's a header record.
Because you can actually freeze frame.
I was gonna say it's
watch
not a
the bits
Dynex.
just
No, it's not.
Well,
So
Which
Yeah,
makes
so
which
you
makes
haven't
a
tried.
better chance
That's
that it
cool.
will work. Oh, good. Now I'll put these two together. These are two of my favorites. You know.
Interesting
like
to get
some-
a big one though and see.
You know, I like all the wallpapers.
You know, if we set off the
see how
size
much
to
I
the
use
A,
it.
I know.
blue screen.
You know, I
that'd be
wouldn't use
really
it like that. If I didn't like it.
I have lots of footage left from
That-
48 walls from last year that I've
I'd
never
be
published. I've got a lot.
single-handedly
I have a slip
responsible
and
for
slide with
The cool
accidents. There were accidents. People were getting hurt.
You'd be
Girl got
hated.
her head
Mount
crushed.
It's
Dungeon.
working.
Mount Dungeon would come after
We're
me.
on, guys.
All right.
Mountain Dungeon.
All right.
Triple system.
In honor of the 4th of July, we're going to have fireworks and everything. All right. Perfect.
I don't
Perfect.
know if you want to talk to you about this.
Okay.
Black
Because this will play tomorrow night at like 2 a.m. Saturday morning. You know what I
Cool.
mean? Go ahead.
The consensus among the hoi polloi in Mount Dungeon
Uh-huh.
is to, after this break we're having in about in a couple of weeks, switch to a bi-weekly format.
Yes. I
So-
saw you pour you some.
Because that would give Megan more time to make the episodes.
Yeah. If we run her to death, if we run poor Megan to death,
Well, we're missing deadlines.
thank you. Oh, are we?
Last time we got the episode in about 5 hours before we're supposed to go on the air. Kurt doesn't like that. Kurt's very much against that.
Slacking.
Okay.
So that's the plan based upon your.
Now Megan likes to do her backgrounds as according to. She likes to see the band first, right? So she can sort of personalize it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I
She
mean,
likes to
I
see
don't
the
know what your-
performance in the show. Yeah.
yeah, surely she
Hello.
likes to see the hey there. So glad you could come. Could John? Could you get her a cup and a saucer out of that long box? And
Well, congratulations on all your awards last night.
yeah, they
More
say
awards?
you made out there.
Our movie did.
They said if
Thank you.
What did you get? Or
We got
A pony.
Let's see, costumes.
costumes.
did you make the costumes? No. Okay. Which is that? Do I need to?
Oh, I mean,
Let's see.
It's okay.
I'm gonna do this. This is stripes.
Uh,
We could change it to that one.
I think that's which one it is. See if I
So-
change it to that one. Okay.
you know what that little box behind my head looks like? That little website.
No, not that,
We'll
John.
watch.
John.
Oh.
It's the other
My
one.
phone's on.
This one over here.
Oh.
Well, that's a
Maybe
soothing
even a
one.
little more in her
And,
direction.
yeah, right. That's
This
good.
is
Whoa,
the guy
whoa,
who
whoa,
was
whoa.
on my team.
Fine.
You should answer it.
See, there you got
Wonder
you,
if he's
yeah,
watching
okay.
this.
All right.
Should I answer?
If you want to.
Hello. Hey, what's up?
Say hello, I'm on TV.
Congratulations to you too. I'm just giggling because I'm actually on live TV right now.
She's being the phone booth.
Yeah, I am. We were talking about our awards. Yeah, and then you called. Maybe I'll leave the room for this call, because, you know, I don't
Oh,
need to
yeah.
be taken up, I don't need to be taken up public action.
Oh yes, we were discussing so many important things before you came in.
That's right. We were the color of CDs. and-
Really beat up on it there.
Oh, well, okay, now you also emailed me a thing about high def audio.
Yes, I just started. You know,
Right.
I honed in on what were our specs were, and there's lots and lots.
Well,
and
now
lots.
here's what has happened. I have done a little research in that area too, and I have found, believe it or not, that there are apparently a fair number of manufacturers out there saying that they are selling CD players with 24-bit 96K D to A converters in them. However, as one man who wrote one of the articles that I read pointed out, you are receiving no better audio from that because it's
You still live in
once-
inferior.
yeah, once the world doesn't understand, but this is something I learned many years ago, which is once quantized, always quantized.
Right.
You know, and believe it or not, they even claim that they up convert to their 24-bit 192K.
So it's not
Uh,
real.
No, of course not.
Er.
See what I mean? As CD players, because they begin with a CD, which is 16 for 41.1.
But if you go to the new gold, like I believe Nautilus and even Mobile Fidelity, they do the gold 24 karat, and I believe they are Y92 to start with. The SACDs and whatnot, those should be playing true.
SACD stands for SA is
Super audio.
Super Audio CDs. Are Super Audio CDs playable on a normal CD player?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Are they a new format rather than 24 192? Are they a akin to a somewhat quantized pulse width duration system? If I'm not
well,
mistaken.
it is under the PCM realm, so it's sort of old. I mean,
What
it's
does
not new.
quantized mean?
Okay, it comes from quantity.
Yes.
Right, and once you've broken anything down into separate little packages, little quantities of this, that, or the other, you see
Right.
what I mean? And in audio, it is sampled at a certain rate and sampled in certain bit depth, and that's called quantizing. That's like this little quantity at this moment. It is this little quantity, and it goes to the next, to the next, to the next.
So just like you can increase the pixel capacity of like a picture set, you can increase the.
Yeah, if they're not there
bits.
originally, there's not. Yeah, it's
Okay.
filler fluff.
Okay.
So it's like taking a mono recording and saying, well, now it's stereo because you put it on two channels now. You get double mono.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's
Sorry.
not true.
Right.
Carry
So really, we have our job. I say we. I assume for some reason that you would like to be involved. Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
of course.
You seem to be in that
So
position.
I guess we're going to try to just gather up a complete list of manufacturers
Yeah.
and then go from there.
We'll
and
need
then
to-
we
we'll
need to
need-
contact the manufacturers also to
We'll need
see
to
what
have-
they can, if they let us review new product.
Right. Well. For instance, I'll tell you,
So
like somebody
guinea
who
pigs?
someone who's putting out a CD player, and they claim to have 24-bit 192K A to D. I mean D to A converter in their CD player, and it plays CDs. And if they claim any higher fidelity or coming out of the machine, we're probably going to give them a bad review, because we're going to say, gee whiz, what can this machine? The question is, can this machine play a CD or a DVD? More likely, I don't care if it's a CD. We could have CDs that had less time on them.
Yeah, I mean,
See what I mean?
you can split it up into two
Because
CDs to make one album. I don't
albums
care.
were not 80 minutes long anyway.
Put it this way: if you gave me the choice of having
A 40-minute
everything
album.
compressed, if you want one CD of both LPs of the White Album on one CD, or you're going to give it to me on 18 or 20 separate 78s, I'll take the 78s.
I know you will, particularly if they're on vinyl.
Because
That's
I have
right.
I have two controllers I can play them on.
But yeah, but a 12.
But yes, that would be
a 12
perfectly
inch-
better because you get the deeper the deeper the groove and the wider the pits.
Right, a 12-inch, a 12-inch 78
Or a 10
RPM,
inch.
like one song on a 12
Sure,
inch.
one on each side, one at the A and B.
Right, would be.
I don't have a problem with that.
would
Stack for the White Album.
That's right. And if you
They do it in India.
And if you do it, but if you did it with a micro groove, you see what I mean,
Yeah,
and
right,
everything,
right.
you would have just stunning fidelity. The record guys, the DJs get their 12-inch 45s,
Right.
45 RPMs, 12-inch, which is
which is what our old disco 45s were.
right, which is really stunning.
And they were.
It's
I remember my
stunning
first
fidelity.
disco 12-inch was a I Love Lucy theme,
Really.
and I looked at the grooves on that thing, and it was almost
see
as
'em.
much tread on your tires as on your record. You could put a penny down there and see to the top of Lincoln's head. And that's how deep it was on those grooves. Now remember, the record was a little thicker than normal, also.
It would have to be.
Oh yeah,
Right, and if you ran
Just
that
a
with
little thicker.
a nice sensitive magnetic cartridge,
Oh,
it
yeah,
could
Stanton
be you could
or
a
Weathers.
good Stanton or a good you could
Sure.
you could probably blow the cones right out of your woofers. So,
So I contacted the Orange Peel
yes.
about having the Mountain Dungeon fundraiser there.
cool.
They have not gotten back to me.
Okay.
So they are kicked to the curb.
They are kicked to the curb.
Kicked to
Gave
the
them
curb.
enough chances.
Yes, indeed. Now, next in our sights is the Rocket Club. That's the kind of deal we can get out of them.
I think they'll do it for sure.
All right. All right.
Once we have a location, you will be sick to death of the name Mount Dungeon if you're not so already.
All right. I'll tell you what. Has Matt tried anything on the what was the first club you said?
Orange Peel.
Orangeville. Has he tried anything? Has Matt talked with him?
No,
How
but
about-
this isn't this isn't Matt's baby.
I understand, but I was going to say, how about?
baby back.
Oh, that's right. Oh, for this next one is
Yes.
yours.
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say let Matt and I team up next time or something like that. See if Matt will go for it, and perhaps if Matt and I go, and Matt can dress up in his fancy Matt clothes now he's got, and have a tie and all that. He likes to wear that, And I'll try not to look too shabby, and let us go and see, can we charm the owner into,
Well, I never spoke to the booking person, whose name is Liz, by the way, directly. I emailed her.
I would want to talk directly to the owner about it,
Hey,
All right. Have you ever seen so many telephone calls
having
come in
breakfast
on a tea party?
No,
We've
too bad
had.
it doesn't pop popcorn.
okay. Hey, you guys want to come out on
Oh,
Saturday?
I've
and,
had
like,
some thought about that
grill
popcorn
burgers or
stuff.
something?
Me too. I've had some little trial
Cool.
and error
All right.
things that I want to
I'll see if I can arrange it.
Well, here's the deal. We'll just listen to this.
Okay.
See, I used to live on the outskirts
No.
of the Towers Range,
No, that's
and-
why I said lunch.
and my phone used to drain its battery really bad.
Okay.
And I think, according
believe
to
I
how
can,
many
yes.
bars it gets, as the
Alright,
bars go
Talk to
down,
you later. Bye.
it pumps the power up.
Because it's not using as much.
No, as the bars go down, less bars.
So as the bars go up,
When bars
have more
when
transmission.
bars go up, you're closer to the tower, and the further away you get, your strength goes down.
well,
I
I'm
mean,
spoiled because I have a repeater in my backyard.
that's good. But anyway, here. So what the deal is this? You're probably getting microwaved to death back there. Anyway, but the point is this: is that when I used to live on the outskirts of the range of the towers, I could just barely get them, and it used to suck the battery right out of my cell phone. See what I mean? And so that's because it would turn. I believe that the phones adjust their power, their transmitting power, according to how much they need in order to communicate with the tower. You see what I mean? And you know, like they okay, I've picked up a tower and I send a signal. Okay, the tower doesn't send it back. I send a stronger one. The tower doesn't send it back. I send a stronger one. Okay, now I'm communicating with the tower. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Well, just, they're online.
So
I
the
just got
experiment
one.
needs to be done on the
I mean,
outskirts,
sorry.
away from where you can't communicate
just
with a
got
tower.
episode
So that
16
the phones will
has
put out their
Rachel's
maximum
Fist Throwing Circus on there. Singer-songwriter, radical
power in
singer-songwriter.
order
She's
to
great.
try to communicate with the tower. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It
Fist
needs to be
throwing
done in
circus, yes.
sort of. They need to be able to communicate with the tower, but just
She sings,
barely
like,
at
sea
full
shanties about
power.
radical
I
radicals
feel
and
so
stuff
bad
like
for
that.
cell phones because not only do they have to pick up that signal, but as you're traveling, it's got to link it over to the next one seamlessly, and then keep
Show off
on.
those
branching
Oh, it's not
out.
seamless.
Well, we think it's seamless when it's
No,
happening.
I don't
But
think
you
Actually, I don't know her
definitely
last
that you're
name. I just,
I don't
she
think-
goes by
Picking up
Ray.
from
which
the
is
next
short for
line to the
Rachel.
next, and we do the same thing with our electricity.
Not Rachel Ray, no.
Well, the
I
little
mean, how they could
hypotheses that I was working on.
Good, you can
here
save me
needs
from
to-
doing so.
Oh,
Point so you can hear you. You have to talk
the
to
microphone.
there, and I can hear you.
I get it. The little hypotheses I had with it was when you guys all had the phones out,
Right,
all the phones were getting called.
right.
They're only receiving. The calls weren't sending anything out.
Yeah, they are.
But not as much as if you had a phone calling the other phone and a phone calling the other phone. So you got four phones.
Well, that's the way it was in the. We did it. We were trying
And
to
if they were
recreate.
calling each other rather than being called and only being called, it
We
would
were
keep
trying to
the
recreate
transmission.
a video that we had seen on. That I had
Right,
seen on
and I
YouTube.
still haven't seen it, so I have the raw.
Well, it looks like
It's
that.
on my- it's-
I'm looking at that.
Are you my space? Are you my friend?
Yeah.
All right, go to my space. I have the video.
I was I was actually trying to do the experiment myself first and then compare
Yeah.
before I saw it because then I only have a visual kind of idea right now.
Mhm.
I'm afraid to watch it.
See, well, when I saw the video, I mean, I looked to see if they were trying to do any wizardry to it, you know, see if it
Yeah.
really didn't happen. And you look at the first kernel.
Yeah.
The screen went
Yeah.
It does that from
What?
time to time.
Oh,
That's
is that the
That's
TV?
how we're receiving over here.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
the rest of the world is probably okay.
Interference.
No.
Okay, so go ahead. What are you saying?
So
First kernel
the first kernel, I mean, if it really and truly popped, it didn't like
leapt
come
off
out
the
of.
table.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
mean,
they
you
had
could
like
see.
a hairdryer above it or something.
No. No, I mean, but it was wide enough you could see everything that was above and below it,
Right.
and all around it, and everybody's hands were beside. You know,
It was on the
I mean, it's
coffee
not.
table.
It didn't look like they had done anything to make it, you know, photographically. You know, oh, well, let's change it. Well, oops, let's stop it and change it.
Like a
You know,
time
it didn't
lapse or
happen.
something?
You actually saw the kernel come up, break its shell, pop, and come up and then come down, and they all kept on
Popped.
going that way.
They popped right there.
So
on the
there was
table.
some real activity there.
Right. Now they could have had they could have made a table
They
that
may have had a
ve-
hot plate
They could have
underneath.
had a very hot spot on it.
Yeah.
They could have had an infrared laser
Or
beam
cell
pointed at that pile of
around some
popcorn.
popcorn
They,
kernels.
they could have had a lot
Them
of
all at the
things,
same time.
but it's a technological leap
Microwave radiation.
to think that these guys
No.
had that kind of technology
can't.
hooked up to make this video when it looks really like they're using for cell
I would think
phones
so,
and
but these guys seem-
they're all pretty blown away by look what this does.
Now, what are those guys that do just exactly what we were doing? Those testing guys that say, "Is it true?" Is it?
Mythbusters.
That's it. We should,
Uh-huh.
see if they come up with
them.
anything.
I need to look at the video. It
Right.
just sounds like you could just.
Go to you're my friend. Go to my space. It's on there. You can just click on it.
You don't think it's like something that they.
I don't know. Take a
Pop
look
tap
at it.
of
It doesn't-
one and then
You don't think it's something they manipulated? I know
don't-
that's what you guys
I
are
don't-
just talking
I
about.
don't know. We were trying to reproduce it, but here's what I think. I think that if it's legit, we all need to stop using our cell phones. And that the cell phone, and I understand that they reproduced it on some TV show and then told how they faked it. I didn't see this TV show, but I also know who owns the TV networks. This was a network show, and it would be in their interest to explain how they faked it, just for the cell phone sales. we need to. It is worth trying to reproduce, but I shan't try to reproduce it again here on the show because
Well-
it just destroyed the show. Trying to do it.
Oh, you tried to do it here.
I tried to do
gonna
it on
be
the
an
show.
at-home
Doing it
project.
on the
Media
gala
Fest
thing.
Day.
It needs to be done in an area that is on the outskirts of signal range, where so that all the phones will turn their transmitters up to their maximum power level. And
might do it at my
this
house.
pretty well has to be
I
validated
think I'm
that
just
they
gonna
are.
sit some on my flip phone, open the flip phone, start calling my phone, just sit them right on the phone, and see what happens.
Do you think it'd be worth our while to get hold of technical support
From whom?
from any of the giants?
Let's all start calling the phone companies.
Well, I mean, if they want to make sure
Excuse
that the
me, my,
business keeps
my
on coming
phone
through,
popcorn.
and how
I
they're
need help.
improving and whatnot, that if there's any possibility that they maybe
Help me
lose a
spread
business, that they'd want to justify.
Brain cells.
They have an answer to this saying it's not possible, man. You gotta this
If-
you,
if-
and have
If you got
them
a flip
tell
phone,
us
maybe you
that.
can toast a
Speaking of
sandwich
someone
inside,
who
close it
works
up, make a
customer
pancake or a
support,
waffle.
not tech support.
Turn the telephone to you or the microphone. Do you want to talk on the microphone?
Speaking as someone who works customer support, not tech support, they may have different rules there, but for customer support, they don't get paid nearly enough to answer that question.
Right.
They're not even like anywhere near the company. They're just like a third
Yeah.
party.
They don't care.
They don't.
So then, what about okay, not necessarily a provider, but like Motorola, any the actual manufacturer, importers of the manufacturer.
If you represent yourself as a quote unquote member of the press and call the PR VP of Motorola, they might be able to do something for you.
That's
but
what I'm thinking.
tech support, no.
Or hook you up with some cocaine or or some women, whatever you need.
Really, forget Motorola. Just get the cocaine. I think we'll be okay.
Yes.
You could pretend the women are there.
But
Sounds like
what are you? Do you have a studio?
women are
Do you have a
coming, the women are
studio?
A studio, like a painting studio.
Yeah. Where?
Well, it's in my apartment.
It's in at home. Okay, you don't have like one of those down near the Wedge or something like that, because there's so much cool stuff going on down there and all.
Yeah.
It would be fun to be able to afford one of those places, wouldn't it? Because everybody's down there. You don't think so?
No, I think it'd be really
I
fun.
think it would.
Heck, you could do it to a brewery. That seems to be the trend now.
Because that would be the way to really know everything that was going on. Because it is happening down there,
I
isn't
have
it?
lots of friends down there.
Yeah,
I'm kind of plugged in.
yeah. It's
It
happening
would be
down there. Isn't
nice.
it? That
I
whole-
need
that whole
what I
area.
need is like a roommate that I like, and then I would take like that half of the rent.
And get a little
So it's like,
place.
do I want to live with someone and then work around people, or do I want to live alone?
It's really hard to find a roommate that you can hang with. That's not easy. That's right. You just have to find a saint who's an angel that is just visiting through here. But anyway,
It's actually worse if you get a friend in a lot of cases.
I've decided to have another 420 roll now. Why?
It's the 444.
It's always 420 somewhere.
Just because I want to show him this. All the times are crazy on the 420 rolls
There you go.
today. See,
I'm
so
gonna go smoke
so,
and work on my-
so this is this is 420 out of space and time. But I want to show you that.
Isaac.
That piece with Isaac. This is a song that, if it doesn't get stuck into your head by the single listening, then you may have to hear it 2 times or 3 times. I do not believe you could hear. How many times did you have to hear that first song till it stuck in your head?
it was first
time?
first line. First line did it for
the
me.
first line.
First line, and then once you got to the porcelain throne, that's the toilet. That was it. I
Oh,
had
yeah.
it.
That's
My
the
favorite
toilet.
part was where he said he had thrown up in the sink.
I hope it's
So
okay.
the doggy do
Well,
is
because I
spread all over
actually
the.
threw up in somebody's sink once. So.
I know. Well, yeah. It's not.
It hit really close to home.
Well, yeah. That's the beauty of the song. This guy writes good songs, doesn't he?
Oh, he's incredible.
And,
you definitely need to make even like
Okay.
what are I don't know 6 to 10 songs.
Thing is, he needs a chauffeur to get him anywhere because he doesn't drive, right?
That's true. But he used to have he had a couple of mopeds, at least 2. Maybe he's been through 3. He's been through, I know, 2, I think, and the last one just got stolen. And so he has a bad luck with mopeds and stuff. I think the song that I want is on this one, and if it's not, I might just yank it out and do it differently. But let's see what we can do. Hey, guess what? It's Magic 420 somehow. Somehow.
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
I don't get it. Let me see.
This is just a wild guess my part.
Real, right?
Roll.
Roll, 420 roll. Okay, good.
Good morning. Welcome to the Pleasure Saucer.
Always try theater in a crowded fire.
Watch The Casey Waters Show, Sunday nights, 9 p.m. on URTV. To get interesting, eccentric, philosophical presentations, and artwork by Judson Laird, which is manipulated using interesting graphic art techniques.
Hey John, how are you doing?
I'm good. Say you're watching the 420 roll.
You're watching the 420 roll.
Right.
What
Okay.
is that?
Takes a long time. It takes a long time to heal. broken heart. Darling, when you were mine, made me feel so fine. Baby, right from the start. It takes a long time. It takes a long time to heal. Broken hearts. And if I could go back in time, if I could go back in time, you know I would. No, I would. It takes a long time. It takes a long, long time to heal. Broken heart. And if I could go back in time, you know I would. You know I would.
We are YUK and you're watching the 420 roll. Yeah, hit him, burn him, maim him.
Well, my problem is,
What's your problem?
my problem is it doesn't play on my website occasionally.
Mine's not playing.
Who-
All
What
my
doesn't?
Google ones
What
are not
doesn't
playing.
play on your website?
Well, you can embed the videos on your website. And I've embedded all the videos I have. And one of the people I did an episode on couldn't watch it because it wasn't working at the time. Now, it was working on Google Video site proper.
What are you talking about? What?
You'd press play, it wouldn't play.
I know.
But, sorry.
This is a YouTube?
No, Google
The
Video.
Google
videos?
Video. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to figure out what it was that wouldn't
Because
play.
I have a
It was a
full-
Google Video. Yeah, they've had I believe it is my assumption that they've had a lot of trouble lately, and the reason